What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Forgive Me, Father 2. This is a sequel to the original Forgive Me, Father, which feels like it came out like 6 months ago, but I guess they're moving over there at Bite Barrel, man. They're putting out some serious content right now. Forgive Me, Father 1 was a first-person kind of boomer shooter, I guess, with RPG elements to it that allowed you to evolve and upgrade your guns from the 1940s in sort of like Cthulhu ways. So you could have like eldritch Tommy guns and stuff like that. Forgive Me, Father 2 is continuing down that path, and I've been told by the PR guy that sent it on over to me that this game is actually modeled a little bit more after Deus Ex, which I think is probably one of the best ideas ever. It's always amazing to me like how influential Deus Ex was, and like no one ever tries to emulate it. They just kind of like let the light influences in, but they never go all the way into making Deus Ex again, because the original Deus Ex is still better than Human Revolution. It's still better than all the sequels. Like the original one is still absolutely just incredible. Just a fantastically well-constructed piece of work. So anyways, let's get started. If after watching this you wanted to get Forgive Me, Father 2, it's in early access right now. I've got a list of the things that the game currently has. Apparently this build has 10 levels. It has like 9 different enemies, 10 different weapons, a couple different magic spells, and a final boss. And so that should give you like a rough idea what's on offer in this early access. I'll tell you what's on offer, this rockin' soundtrack. Let's start this thing on off though. Links down below. You can also take a look down there if you wanted to find links to my Discord and my Twitch stream, just in case you wanted to hang out live on any given day of the week. Apparently, we've got no voice acting right now. Wake up, it's about... Oh, we're in jail. Fantastic. Ooh, I've got like a little prison shiv. Ooh, that animation looks really, really good. Definitely giving me like Into the Spider-Verse vibes with kind of like how chunky and framey it is, while at the same time using smears and whatnot to make it look kind of like fluid. Good stuff. Oh, apparently this is a prison where they just let the door be open. All right. Let's have a look around. Is there any... can I shank anybody? Am I going to get to shank somebody, or is this going to be one of those games where they give me the possibility of shanking somebody, and then they just give me a gun before I ever get to use the shank on anybody, so I never get to do a shanking, man. I never get to do a shivving. Always wanted to, and I never get to. Alright, I don't know if there's like any reason for me to be fully filtering through this area. The previous game definitely had secrets, but I don't know if this one's going to be leaning quite as heavily on it. That door's there. What's going on here? Is that just like, is he holding a severed head? Well, I mean, he went down easy enough. It took me a single shank. Normally you gotta shank somebody a lot more. Normally, you gotta shonk somebody a lot more when a shonking is required, so I was actually kind of surprised how wispy that guy's tendons were. I don't know, I didn't expect him to get shonked so catastrophically, so there must be a switch that opens. I saw the ledge right there. I can hear you writing the comment. I just wanted to look and see what's back here first. Oh, look, dude, eldritch magic. Oh, and they've got, like, some... Apparently, Cthulhu needs you. Cthulhu learned all of his best propaganda and statesmanship from the United States government, by the way. That's... He and Uncle Sam, man. They travel in the same circles. All right, let's go ahead and we'll go back over here, and I think I got to figure out how to go... Oh, there's stairs. That's how I go back up there. Who would have known that stairs would be the solution to my elevational problems? What's that? It's just a random helmet laying in the middle of the floor. Is there a secret over here? Oh, there's more of you, eh? Well, here, get shanked. Wow, okay, so, like, this title you can definitely... So the previous game was definitely much more billboarded sprites. It was much more of a Doom-like than it was anything else. And this one, you can actually really see the progression of the animations getting a lot more fidelity. So going from the first game to this one is actually like a pretty big step in terms of like the amount of quality that's going into the sprites, the amount of quality that's going into the animation work. We've only killed like 2 or 3 mobs so far, and just the death animations and just the attack animations look significantly better than the previous title. So that's really, really good. You love to see that sort of adaptation, that sort of growth in between games, that sort of maturation. And then, of course, like what happens is over like 10 or 15 years, the maturation turns into enshittification as they get bought out by like a larger company who then buys them out with a larger company, and then come the microtransact. Sorry, my cynicism is showing. Let's go ahead and we'll kill that off right there. Oh, I've been punched in the face by a muscular man inside of like a 1912 outfit. Is there like, should I be looking around behind boxes and stuff back here? Oh, I can jump. And there's like a, oh, free armor. Nice, I'll take that. Okay, it's a little bit like dark in here. I think we could definitely have some better lighting solutions at this establishment, okay? Just because we're all criminals in here doesn't mean that we don't deserve to have light fixtures. All right? Oh, cool, a gun. I mean, I'll take it. I'm a red-blooded American. If I gotta choose between light fixtures and a gun, I'll take the gun. I mean, what is a light bulb except for a gun that fires all the time? You know what I mean? It's just a muzzle flash that doesn't turn off. Oh my god. Wow, that's a hell of a gun that you've got. Yo, why are there boogies coming out of my gun right now? My gun looks a little leaky, dude. Man, my gun should have had its vitamin C, bro. All it had to do was take a little emergency and this wouldn't even be happening right now. I got a Mucinex gun. I knew that was gonna happen the second I touched that ammo, dude. I've played way too many of these titles to fall for that. All right, we're not gonna have enough bullets to get the little guys and also the big guys with the guns. So where are you guys at? Get you. I feel like my mouse sensitivity is a little bit too wispy right now. I'm gonna adjust it after this fight. I like it to be a little bit more tight than it currently is. All right, so we got some bigger dudes coming right now. I'm gonna stay moving. We've got our gun ready to rock. That was a headshot, eh? I don't feel like I headshotted right there, but the game put an exclamation point behind it, so I'm gonna believe it. Your gun does not appear to have damage fall off at range. Man, what an eviscerator of a firearm. All right, sensitivity. There we go. I took like a nice little 30% off of it, and it's still pretty sensitive. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it'll be a little bit better. At least I feel in control of the situation right now, instead of like I'm firing randomly. No, stop it. No, stop it. Stop it. You stop that right now. Now is not the time for that. Now is the time for friendship. Now is the time for sourdough toast. Sorry, I've got sourdough toast on the brain. My wife bought like this loaf of sourdough bread. And like normally I'm not like a big sourdough guy, but like this sourdough bread tastes just like a normal sort of like French roll or sweet roll, but with just the slightest sourdough taste when you like exhale after you take a bite of it. Like it's not that much, just the smallest tinge of that sourdough flavor, dude. And I've been like going in on that loaf like the last couple days. Like I can't walk past it without toasting a slice and throwing some butter on it. I just can't help it. I don't know. We can only hold 13 bullets. Would you take the prison jumpsuit with the little pockets? You better figure it out, bro. You better shove them up in your rectum. You better figure it out, dude. This is prison 101. You gotta use that pocket. Is there like a door around here or something? Does this break? Oh, apparently the door just opens over here. I thought I tried it already and it was locked. Maybe I just had like the world's most catastrophic brain flatulence. I don't know. Let's see. The brain flatus. Let's see what else. Something bad is definitely gonna happen here, man. It's a large circular room with an explosive barrel in the middle that's designed for the player to be able to kite. Something bad's gonna happen in here. I virtually yeah, I was gonna. Oh, I got a sick-ass shotgun, so it's kind of like a good thing happened, but almost kind of like a bad thing. That didn't hit. All right, I'm gonna shank him. I'm going in manual. I'm going in manual. I need the bloodlust. Let's do. I don't know why. Normally, I don't like melee weapons in games like this, but the shank feels really, really good. Like they did a super good job with it. Oh, he's doing his own thing up there. All right, well, let's liquidate you. There we go. Got him. Sir, please stop it. Why did this asylum have so many staff? I'm confused about the staffing numbers here. They must have had like some serious budgetary influxes, dude. I think I probably got to go up these stairs right here. De-pump shotgun. Where's that go? Oh, there's a switch back there too. What did that open? Did it open this? I can't really tell, but I think it must have. Cool. I think we found a secret or something. We found a secret. A secret didn't have much in it, but, you know, like a secret. Wait, did I pick up a... When did I get a yellow key, dude? I have no recollection of having picked up a yellow key. I was just sitting here eating my Wheaties, and that yellow key's up in my inventory like, hey, man, pour me a bowl. Like, I didn't know when you got here. Oh, I got in last night. Came on a flight from Philly. All right, let's see here. A flashlight. Yeah, that'd probably be helpful. If I have to go further, I need to charge it, and I need to... How do I use it, though? Oh, dude, it's the wind-up flashlight from Amnesia: The Bunker. That's the first time I ever saw one of them light up flashlights that you gotta, like, pull the little... I'm not going down in there. I'm not dropping into the monster closet willingly, man. Flashlight. Hit me with it. There we go. Oh, dude, don't like that. Let him come to me. Whoa, he lived? Huh. None of them have ever survived a shot before. Alright, well, we've got new scientific information to process. Sir, I have a shotgun. Let's calm down with the I want to eat your face rhetoric, sir. I have a shotgun. That kind of speech is unnecessary. It's uncouth. Some really good sprites in this game, like really good looking. I should probably just shank these guys for the preservation of my own ammo. I like that they diversified the death animations too, depending on what weapon you're using. So like sometimes they get knocked backwards, sometimes they get flung, sometimes when you hit them with a weapon you can see that it hit them in the face and knocked their head backwards and kind of swings their legs out from underneath them. Some cool... Uh-oh. That's probably the worst thing that could happen inside of here. I like using my eyeballs. I don't know about the rest of you, but I very much enjoy having eyeballs, and also the usage thereof. Alright. Let's continue down the hallway. Give this thing just one more tug, you know what I mean? Just give it another tug real quick. Just in case. Oh, this was a checkpoint that I reached. What is that thing? Apparently, it's just a big old plant full of ammo. I feel like I should go drop down into that courtyard, by the way. I didn't forget about it, I promise. Like, I am still... Aw, dude, come on. Come on. I'm trying to talk to my chat right now. I was trying to talk to him about my course of action and what I want to do next. You done messed it up, you D-bags. All right, let's go back and we'll drop down into the courtyard. I thought that was the right way to go, and we were like exploring secrets or something, but it looks like we've actually missed things. All right, so here's the drop-down spot. I'm just going to drop on it. Looks like we got some armor, we got some ammo, we got some health. This is a trap, right? It's got to be a trap. Feels very trap-like. This feels like the kind of place where Serious Sam would spawn a bunch of enemies that, like, chase you around and make you just be like, ah! Well, it looks like there was just a bunch of ammo and stuff down in there, so I guess we'll head back to, like, where we were and it checkpointed us. Down and away we go. Back into the hellish lands of me getting to shoot a guy in the face with the shotgun. What a terrible... transpiring series of events. I will definitely take more shotgun shells. I definitely feel partial to this gun over some of the others, so... It's a very slight lean when you go back and forth. I didn't notice it till right now. They tilt the camera ever so slightly when you're 80, 80, 80, 80, 80. Gives it a little bit of angularity, I guess. I wonder if that can be disabled. I tend to prefer, like, the FPSs that have no visually noticeable head bob or movement whatsoever. I guess we'll check at the end of the video when we do like the options sweep. So this right here loops back around to a room that it appears that we've already been in. And I have already expunged all of the enemies in that area. What's going on over here? Big blue key. All right, let me charge up my flashlight first, because we're about to get monster closeted. Yup, see? Okay, maybe not monster. Oh, definitely monster closeted, I was going to say. That seems like the spot if I was going to get monster closeted. That seems like the spot. You notice, you can always tell the setup for a monster closet because they pull you back behind a bunch of stuff that blocks your line of sight so that when you touch the key, you hear a bunch of things waking up, but you can't see where they're at. It's pretty common in level design terms. And so, if you've been playing games like this like I have since, you know, the Wolf 3D days, way back on like the, you know, Windows 95, 3.1, whatever, you start to notice these little commonalities in between all your favorite games that you've been playing since you were a tiny little dude. Okay, so now that we have the blue key, pretty sure we can go inside of here. We still haven't, like, figured out what the yellow key is for. That's another thing that I'm, like, actually interested in is what is the yellow key for? We have a yellow key, but as of yet, I mean, I see a yellow glow over there. Is it over there, maybe? I've noticed they've been using kind of like throne lighting, like volumetric lighting, in order to imply like what doors get what, you know, things like that. Looks like we haven't been this way yet, though, so we'll go ahead and wipe those guys out. I do like the time to kill. I think they made a right choice there. The enemies do not have any presumption of like bullet sponginess, which I think. Oh, hello. Oh, their booby trap didn't work. They tried to drop me into a room right there. You see the planks fell, but I didn't have the physics to like slide off. Okay, well, we've got an orange key now. Well, we've got a key. I guess it's a red key. I don't know. We've got a key of a color of a chromatic disposition. All right. I'm a little bit disoriented, though. Oh, I'm not that disoriented. Okay, I kind of know where I'm at, so they checkpointed me. Wait. My reticle turned red when I moused over that dead guy on the ground, so I got, like, a little weird about it. Okay, so we have an undetermined yellow key that we don't know exactly what it goes to. Possibly that gate. That gate does have a yellow outline on it, but the key didn't disappear from our inventory. Let's see if it disappears when we open up the blue gate real fast. It stays in our inventory, so it's possible that was our guy. What are we doing right here? One more to go. Oh, I've got that covered. We're ready to rock. Does look like we missed some kind of way to get up there. Oh, there's like a jump up right here. There we go. Sweet, dude. I didn't even notice that. And then if you really wanted the health, you could jump across over to there. But we're at full health, so, like, I don't need to mess with that too much. What an interesting effect with the lighting and the reflection. For a second, it almost gave the impression that you could see through the milky glass ever so slightly, but it's just the reflection off the floor. It's actually like glass with like a reflective like mercury panel in it. Interesting. Oh. Hello, boys. Would you like to play the game of battle gun shooty fight? You would. You agree to a sensual session of battle gun shooty fight. Very well. Let it commence in accordance with the times of old and the rules of King Arthur. Oh, they're already dead already. I had more monologue, man. I had more monologue about battle gun shooty fight, and everything feels good so far. I don't really have any complaints. It's an unapologetic boomer shooter. If you don't like boomer shooters, this is not one that is likely to change your mind by doing anything outside the ordinary from what a boomer shooter does. However, if you do like boomer shooters and things like Cultic and, you know, games that are really invoking that old 90s feel, it's a real good one. It feels all right to me. It's feeling real solid. So I can also go up and over there. We jump through. Is there fall damage? Hard to say. Who's installing? Dude, this is serious marble work right here. Like, it would take, you would need a lifter to get this thing in here. How is it that just overnight this giant marble obelisk shows up inside of here? This is a huge, huge stopgap in craftsmanship. Like, it would take a long time to bang this thing out with like 4 separate faces. Like all the cool things going on. It's made out of stone. Like, does anybody even know like a stonemason or carver anymore? You know what I mean? Like, I know guys that'll build like a walkway like that right there, but not like a full-on Cthulhu statue with all the articulation and detail, bro. Nothing like that. And then secondly, it's on the 2nd floor, which means it probably had to be lifted with a crane through that window right there with the bottom end hitched to a truck that's probably like inside of there just to pull it angularly into place and then back it on in once the rope was clear. Like, bro, that took a lot of something to get done. That's all that I'm saying. We missed one bad guy. I didn't even know we found 3 secrets, so they definitely need to up their secret game. What I mean by that is when you find a secret, it needs to be more obvious. It needs to be like, secret found. You know, something like that. So that old dumb bastards like me will notice that we found a secret. Because apparently I found 75% of them and didn't even realize it. The Hub, eh? It was just a dream, a nightmare. Do you remember Pestisville? Our apartment in the Harbor District may not have been a fancy place, but it was always a spot to rest after the toil of the day. To this day, I recall the ever-present scent of fish and seafood. The city will never be the same again. The newly opened psychiatric hospital, its echoes resounding through the cobbled streets, kept us awake at night. To make matters worse, the escape of patients brought these peaceful neighborhoods to the brink of despair. People are now afraid to step out on the streets. I have nothing to eat, and all the shops are either closed or looted. The city will never recover from this catastrophe. Okay, I guess I'm back in jail. Don't madness open inside. That's a Walking Dead reference right there. Anyways, it just dawned on me that Walking Dead hasn't been socially relevant for like a decade now. And so I was like, oh, I might have to tell somebody where that came from. It's like, you know, time keeps flowing, man. It keeps getting away from me. I don't know what happened. Feels like 10 minutes ago, when I left high school for the last time, I slapped the door jamb above the big double doors at the front. And it feels like that was like 2 weeks ago. And then all of a sudden, you're like almost 40. You know what I mean? It's a weird time. Red pill or blue pill? I mean, I'm not really afraid of anything, so let's go with the red one, man. Oh, I have dark tomes, apparently. There is no page here yet. There is no page here yet. Can I add a page? Oh, yeah, it looks like we get some kind of currency. Oh, so you get like little tarot cards that you can like swap into a book with like money or something that we're maybe getting from like playing through levels or like killing guys or something like that. Okay. What does this guy do then? Oh, this guy is the loadout vendor. Gotcha. So we've got an axe over here that we can play around with. It looks like we've also got like a currency that we're picking up. We don't have enough of them right now in order to buy like a nicer gun. I would definitely prefer the semi-auto, but that's the way that life goes. All right, we're in the port. Hello? Anybody here want to have a boo-boo with me? We can boo-boo this thing out right now, dude. We can do it. Definitely a considerable step up in graphical fidelity between the first title and this one, while I think still maintaining that very, very loyal adherence to the core tenets of, like, boomer shooters, basically. I think that's the thing that this is bringing to the table so far. Definitely some pretty clear advancements here in terms of just, like, the graphical fidelity of the game. Let's wake all these cats up. We're getting a little bit long in the tooth right now for the video. I try to keep it to about 30 minutes, so we'll go ahead and take a look at the options in just a second. But I wanted to give you a tiny little bit more action. But to me, thus far, seems to be a pretty solid early access. This is a boomer shooter. If you're expecting anything else, then, yep, you're probably going to be disappointed. But if you're ready for a boomer shooter, this seems to be made pretty well. Honestly, it's kind of giving me like Nightmare Reaper vibes a little bit with kind of like the central hub and like the crazy people standing around. Like Nightmare Reaper is another really, really great boomer shooter, by the way. If you haven't played that one before, I do have a video on it and I highly recommend it. I think I streamed the game all day like a long, long time ago too. That VOD will probably be gone now though with the way that Twitch wipes out like old content. Still, everything feels good here. They've got a lot of little details in like the turning and in the movement. There's been a lot of graphical advancements on that front. I haven't really felt the Deus Ex influences yet, but it's very difficult to say because like we're only on like the first or second level. And like in the first or second level of Deus Ex, you couldn't really get super wild with the creativity from what I recall until you were past like there was like kind of the first mission, I guess, that broke you into the idea that like there was 3 or 4 different paths through the level that you could play around with. But anyways, I'd like to play it more and see if those Deus Ex influences can be kind of like felt in further levels. But right now, definitely a pretty linear kind of corridor boomer shooter that's fun, done well. Kind of reminds me of the first time that I played Cultic, which is a good sign because I think Cultic is one of the better boomer shooters out there right now. Let's go and take a look at the options. So if you go to the options menu, I think I had a shirt that had this pattern on it back in the old late 90s Hot Topic days. Gameplay, lots of stuff in here. Very, very customizable. You can basically get rid of pretty much everything from the camera shake to the weapon bob to the strafe tilt that I was talking about earlier. It looks like you've more or less got a lot of control over the UI here. Good stuff. Yep, apply those. Audio. Fairly simple audio mixer right there. Nothing huge to write home about, but they do have sound effects, music, and ambient split. And so ambient is not usually a meter that we get in games like this. Graphically, I don't really know what you want to do here. As long as there's FOV for a game like this, I feel like you're okay. Although it is nice to get the locked FPS as a bonus in case you're trying to record. OBS really dislikes unlocked frame rates. Graphics-wise, lots of stuff to play around with. Lots of things to fiddle with right there. Lots of things to mess with. All the right culprits are in the right spots. I have no complaints. And then over here, it looks like we've got our sensitivities, our inversions. Looks like we also have full key rebinding. So game's in good shape as far as the options menu goes. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were taking a look at the sequel to Forgive Me, Father. Tomorrow, it'll be something else. But for now, it's time for me to go. I will catch you all in another video very shortly, but that's all I got. Bye, folks. Take care.